What's up everyone? We are back with another video, and today I'm reviewing the Aventon Soltera 2.5. This is a commuter e-bike from Aventon. As a little background as to how we got this bike, I am currently in Washington, D.C. visiting my parents. I'm from D.C. originally, and I come back fairly regularly with my kids to see the parents. So that's why I'm here. So DC has an e-bike subsidy that they offer to DC residents, and you apply for it with a lottery, so it's random whether you get it or not. They've done it the last 2 years. The first year my brother applied for it, he didn't get it. This year, however, he did happen to get it, which gave him a voucher for $750 off of the purchase of a e-bike. You have 45 days to use this voucher, and this weekend happened to be the last weekend for my brother to use this voucher. And unfortunately, he was not in town, and they won't extend the voucher. Fortunately for him, I was in town this weekend, and so I went to his house and picked up the voucher from his house and went and bought an e-bike for him. I originally tried to find a different e-bike, but the shop didn't have it. This one I was able to find, and I am familiar with the Aventon brand and thought this was a good option for him. My brother is someone who likes to ride regular bikes, so I wanted to get a bike for him that was as close to $750 as I could, and that he could ride feeling like it was a regular bike, or as much like a regular bike as I could. So anyway, this is the bike we got. It was actually a used bike from the shop, but it only had 8 miles on it, and it came with a bike lock and a helmet. So total price for it was about $1,100. With tax and everything, we ended up paying about $414 after the e-bike voucher. So very good deal to get a bike and a helmet and a lock. And with only 8 miles on it, it was pretty much a new bike. So awesome to get this. But yeah, so with that backstory out of the way, let's talk about this bike. First, you can see very classic, normal looking road bike. If you didn't know it was an e-bike, you might not even know at all, because the bike is really integrated into the frame and it doesn't look like an e-bike just looking at it. In terms of specs, it uses a 350 watt rear hub motor, so not a huge motor. This isn't going to be like a overly powerful bike or anything, but as a, lightweight, commuter bike and like a food delivery bike for around a city, this is a good option for that. Tires on this bike are Kenda K1085 700 by 38C tires. So these are thin tires, very much like a road bike tire. In terms of other specs, really good value for the price. One thing, front and rear hydraulic disc brakes. That I found as a surprise. I thought for sure it would be mechanical disc brakes, but no, Aventon went out, they put hydraulic disc brakes on it. So here's the front, over here's the rear. I don't have the key with me, but the battery goes into the frame like this. Key goes here, you can open it and take it out if you want to charge it inside. In addition, there's also a plug over here that you can plug it in. Unfortunately, I lost a little rubber cap that went over here. It's not a necessary part or anything, but it would be nice to keep that, but I don't know where it went. I must have just jostled it out or something. No suspension on it. It's just a regular fork here with no suspension. I find the ride quality with it, I've ridden it a bunch, is still very good. As long as you're not riding like off-roading. I wouldn't take this off-roading or anything, but for city riding, very comfortable. It's a 7-speed bike, 7-speed Shimano shifters. Here's a look at the derailleur. The stock pedals are wide and very comfortable. Stock seat, also very comfortable. Step over design. And the bike comes in 3 sizes. I ended up getting the medium. It really should be a large, but I didn't have an option because they didn't have the large, and I just went with what I could get. So if you're gonna buy this new, you're gonna wanna make sure you get the bike size that's right for you. We'll make it work. It's not a huge deal, but just something to know. Another important spec on this is it is a torque sensor. So Aventon goes with torque sensors for all its bikes, which is a huge upgrade. Torque sensors give you more natural pedaling. So for someone who likes riding a regular bike, this is a great option as well. Looking at the handlebars, you've got a 7-speed Shimano shifter over here on the right side, a very nice Aventon display, which Aventon has a nice color display that displays your battery power, your odometer, and your pedal assist power. So all great there. In addition, you got the throttle here on the left. Top speed on this bike, about 20 miles per hour. So this isn't good. You're not gonna fly on this bike. This is a commuter bike. It's definitely a bike that's more like a real bike. So be aware of that. You're not gonna want, if you're the type of person who just wants to zoom around on like basically a motorcycle, this is not the bike for you. If you're someone who wants to ride on like a regular bike, this is a great option. As I mentioned already, Tektro hydraulic disc brakes, so great there to have that. Looking at the light, you got the front light right here, and then the rear light over here. Note that it would not be blinking in real life. It's just that the camera doesn't kind of pick it up correctly, so that's what it looks like. And then one other thing that Aventon always has, they've got the turn signals, so you can do it left or right turn signal. And then you can also see no fenders, no rack, nothing. This is a very minimal commuter bike. So you can add all that stuff if you want. It's really up to you and what your goal is with the bike. Anyway, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take it out, do some deliveries, I'm gonna film it, and we'll see how it rides and whether this could be a bike that you can use to do food delivery or just to get around and commute. So let's do it. All right, and we are off on the Aventon Soltera 2.5. We got 2 orders to pick up from Uber Eats, a Dunkin' Donuts, and a Starbucks order. So yeah, we're not getting the best orders right now, but it's morning and I'm visiting my parents in Washington, D.C. As a little background, I'm from D.C. originally, and so my parents still live here, and so I visit them every once in a while. They live in upper northwest D.C., so it's more of a residential area compared to like the main part, downtown and all that, which means I'm not gonna get the best deliveries. It's just not as busy of an area. I don't really feel like biking all the way downtown. So I'm just hoping I can get enough content here to keep things lively. But yeah, Dunkin' Donuts right across the street here. Nice thing about this Aventon, so light, it's like such like a regular bike. Very easy to lift up. All right. And since we can see the bike from out here, I'm gonna leave it out here. Oh, hey, I got order for Danae. It's probably that one. I'm gonna get myself a donut too. Can I get a Boston cream? That is perfect. Thank you so much. That Dunkin' Donuts super slow, but we got it. We're on the move. The second order just asked me when I'm gonna be here because they're on a time crunch. It's like, I mean, I got here literally, I got to this first pickup as fast as possible to the point I had to wait. So I'm going as fast as I can for you. Initial impressions on this bike, I've had an opportunity to ride around a little bit. I've always been very happy with Aventon bikes. The only one I was unhappy with was the original Aventon Abound due to the wheel wobble issues. Every other Aventon I've ever used has been well built, well thought out. And this bike is no different. It feels very much like a real bike. If you didn't know, you wouldn't even know this isn't a normal bike. The battery is integrated in the frame so well, and such a small, lightweight bike. It really does just ride and feel like a normal bike, just with, you know, electric motor power. So if you're like new to e-bikes and you want like a bike that's very normal and just, you know, gives you a little extra power, this is a great bike to do that. That doesn't say it's a weak bike. I mean, I get 20 miles per hour on it. It goes very smooth, very powerful, no issues going up hills. And I really enjoy just what a normal bike it feels like. I haven't ridden like normal bikes in a while. So this bike, very accessible for anyone who's just used to regular bikes. The tires are skinny, so it's gonna feel more like a road bike. The handlebars are like flat handlebars still, so it's not gonna be like bent over like a regular road bike, but it definitely feels like, this feels like a city commuter bike, you know, and adding to the lightweight aspect of it, you know, there's no fenders, no racks, nothing on it. These are all things you could, of course, add. It's gonna be very minimal commuter bike, which is gonna be perfect for a lot of people who are used to that style of bike. All right, let's see, we're coming up to Starbucks over here. Yeah, you know, you can see also I can ride no hands, no problem. It's gonna be a little bit of a pain because I'm gonna have to carry 2 coffees, I assume. Let's see what they ordered here. Hey, how you doing? I'll pick it for Penny. Oh, Penny, perfect, thank you. Thanks. All right, got that order picked up from Starbucks. And the first order, that's a Starbucks order, is going to some church right up the street here. So we're gonna get that delivered. So looking over at the, just the look of the bike here, I already mentioned, very normal, good looking bike. The screen is the typical Aventon screen. It's got the 4 modes, the turbo, tour, sport, eco. Tells you the battery percentage. Control pad on the left here, you've got your power button, the lights, it's got front and rear lights, and then it has the Aventon turn signal thing, so you can go left or right. I don't use the turn signals a ton, but it is nice to have it there. The shifter is a 7-speed Shimano shifter. Shifts smoothly right now, obviously brand new bike, so shifting smooth. Grips are the Aventon branded grips, which work out well. Tektro hydraulic disc brakes. I was actually surprised that this bike had hydraulic disc brakes, because for the price point, I kind of thought they'd skimp out and go with mechanical disc brakes, but no, they went with hydraulic, which is nice. And then throttle over here on the left. Max speed on throttle, 20 miles an hour or so. But yeah, overall, very smooth looking set of handlebars. Everything's intuitive. Only thing is, I don't know why Aventon does this. It doesn't come with a bell. You'll have to get a bell. My recommended bell, the Spur Cycle Compact bell. It's like 30 bucks. You can get it usually at your local bike shop or at Amazon. Definitely the best bell you can get. In DC right now, it's so hot right now. It's like super hot. Right now, it's only like 9 a.m. and I'm sweating. And the thing about this bike is, if you pedal it, I mean, you're gonna get a little bit of a workout on it, because I've got it on turbo right now, and it does take a little bit of energy, because it definitely does feel and ride like a real bike. I could obviously just throttle up if I wanted to, or I could also downshift, make it a little easier, but mostly I just keep it on highest gear and just muscle my way through, which will be fine. Okay, and they said, could you meet them at the flagpole? Which I can do, let's see. I'm Kevin, yep. Okay, nice. All right. Yeah, you got it? Okay.
Have a good day.
All right, thanks a lot, guys. So long. That was a funny one. You know, the thing is, those are like kids. I never know what to do when I'm recording, like, when there's kids around. I guess I'll have to blur the faces or something. So this one here, we're going, I don't know why it did this. I was already down this way. It sent me, so Uber Eats told me to drop this order off, and now I got to go back where I was to drop off this Dunkin' Donuts order I picked up already. Oh, it's going to the hospital too, so, all right. Yeah, so as I mentioned, this bike was purchased using a e-bike voucher that my brother got through the city. DC has a e-bike subsidy program, and they had a 2-year run on it. I don't think it's going to continue, but the first year, it basically would give you $750 if you got the voucher to buy an e-bike. And so the first year, my brother applied for, he didn't get it. But this year, miraculously, he did get it. And so he had 45 days to use it. My brother is actually out of town right now. It expires on Monday, he noticed. And so I had to go to the bike shop and get his voucher. So first I had to go to his house and get the voucher, and then go to the bike shop. Originally trying to get a different bike that was like $1,000 bucks, but they were out of stock. And then this bike happened on sale. It was used with only 8 miles on it. And you know, I kind of thought this was a good option. And it was a really good deal too, because not only did it come with the bike, it also came with a helmet, like the helmet I am wearing currently, and a bike lock. And these are all things that we needed, that my brother needed. So it was nice to get that. But yeah, so I'm leaving today, but I figured this morning before I leave, I could try to get a couple delivery runs in and use the bike so I could get a impression of it. And you know, when I come back to town here, I'll use this bike more, because I enjoy this bike. This bike my brother will use, but if he's not using it, I'm gonna borrow it. So in terms of power and range, The power on this bike isn't like, it's not a mind-blowing amount of power. I think it's like a 350 watt motor. You're not gonna be flying on this thing. But as a commuter bike, I think it's very well built for that. Especially if you're just looking for like a bike that's pretty real feeling. And then for the range, it's listed at 60 miles of range. And I don't have any doubt that you could get 40 or more miles of range on this bike. Just because the motor power isn't like insane, and you are gonna have to put in some effort when you're pedaling, unless you just throttle the whole time. I think if you're getting a bike like this, you're probably not the type of person that just throttles everywhere. So yeah, I think 40 to 60 miles of range here, very realistic. So I am like deep into Palisades neighborhood here. It's like a very wealthy neighborhood of DC. Where is this going? This looks like it's going to a hospital. Oh yeah, it's going to Sibley. That's what I thought. So this is actually where I was born. It's in Sibley Hospital, right over here. Hey, how you doing, Danae?
Yes.
Oh, perfect. There you go. Let me get you this one here. All right, take care. Yep. A lot of e-bikes here. We got Aventon, electric. Ride one up. Okay, let's see. Now we can turn on DoorDash also. I couldn't get on DoorDash before, but now I can. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this bike trail and start heading towards like Georgetown. See if I can get any orders that way. You know what? That's what we'll do. We'll take Capitol Crescent Trail back up. Yeah, we are gonna go take this way. And I think what we're gonna do is we'll take Capitol Crescent Trail back to Upper Northwest DC. Then enter the Capitol Crescent Trail here, take it back up, hit Friendship Heights. Let's go do that. I don't believe, is this the way through? Oh yeah, here we go. Ooh, here we go, a little off-roading on this guy. So here, having the Aventon fat tire would be a little better. These little skinny tires aren't as great for this. But actually, it's still totally fine. I'm just not gonna fly down this. Woo, 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 woo. Sorry, thanks. All right, here we go, Capitol Crescent Trail. Yeah, so in terms of speed, top speed on this is about 20 miles per hour. Comfortably on turbo here, you can get 16, 17 just like pedaling pretty lightly. Like I'm not pedaling hard or anything, and it's gets 16, 17. I don't want to pedal too fast here because there are a lot of people here. So yeah, as a delivery bike, I think this bike would be pretty good. If you're wearing a backpack or you just have like a delivery bag, like what I'm doing, you'll be fine. If you really did want a little extra storage, you could put a cargo rack or something. Plenty of them options out there that'll work. And you know, if you're in like a city or something, this is great because it's lightweight, very maneuverable. This is like a very nimble bike, and it's light, so you can carry it if you have to. Especially if you live in like an apartment, you need to bring it upstairs. This would be a good option for that. So this bike would work fine as a delivery bike, and especially for the price point, I think it's a good option. This bike obviously is better as a summer bike because the tires are pretty thin and it doesn't come with fenders and stuff. So, you know, nice days like this where it's clear and you don't have to worry about splashing or slipping on ice or anything, obviously, this is a good option. And I would say for anyone who just wants a e-bike that is like the most like a regular bike. So that's what my brother wanted when he was looking for an e-bike to get. He wanted one that was as close to like a normal bike as he could possibly get. And obviously there's some very high-end ones you can get there like this. This is obviously as an entry level. That's like a regular bike, but it's very close to a regular bike. Like compared to any other e-bikes, you know, you've seen some of the e-bikes I reviewed, and a lot of them are like weirdly shaped, you know, like motorcycles, like mopeds, or, you know, they're like step-through stuff. This one is not a step-through, it's just a step-over, regular basic frame, pretty thin tires for an e-bike. It's very much gives you a regular bike feel. All right, what do we got here? Look at this giant drop. See, did we get anything? Duncan, Bethesda. All right, I think we're gonna do it because we're over here. Okay, we're gonna be taking Capitol Crescent Trail back. Oh, geez. All right, here we go. Very steep hill. Let's see if we can get it going up here. I gotta get a little bit of boost. Nope. Okay, from a dead standstill on a, you know, this degree hill, it's not gonna make it through. You're gonna need some momentum. So if you've got really giant hills you're going up, this will not do it. But I don't think most people are going up hills like that all the time unless you live in like the Rocky Mountains or something. Boy, so busy on this trail. You know, one nice thing about riding this bike though is since it looks like very much like a regular bike, I think you can like kind of ride it around people and not like anger them as much. Because, you know, if you ride like some of these moped style bikes and stuff, it'll kind of feel like you're like riding basically like a motorcycle. When you're riding this bike, you really do feel like you're just riding a regular bike. Yeah, so the nice thing about buying a bike from Aventon too is you can get it at a bike shop, and they have so many shops they work with that like you'll be able to get help to service the bike. I'm not gonna say the service is like amazing, but you'll at least be able to get something. You know, of the kind of the 3 entry-level bike companies, you know, when I think about entry-level bikes, I usually recommend people get Electric, Rad, or Aventon, just because they're like pretty known and you'll very likely be able to get them serviced. Getting a bike like this, it's not a bad option if you're looking at getting an e-bike and you want to make sure that you're going to be taken care of afterwards, or that you can at least get the bike serviced by someone, because you will be able to find someone to do it. So this delivery day, even though I'm in DC, I ended up going out into Bethesda. And you know, honestly, it is easier for me to go out to Bethesda than it is for me to go fight through traffic and stuff to get down to downtown. Yeah, but yeah, I'm really enjoying this bike. Feels so natural to ride it. And it's just like, it seems like a well-built, solid bike that just has a nice blend of e-bike and regular bike features. Yeah, but you know, Soltera 2.5 doesn't have like all the app stuff like the Abound and kind of the newer ones with the GPS and all that stuff have. But yeah, interestingly enough, I do feel like I'm getting some exercise on this bike too. It's because like the pedal assist is very natural. It's a very natural assist. The reason why the pedaling feels so natural is because it's a newer Aventon bike, it uses a torque sensor. So the torque sensor gives it a more natural feel compared to a lot of the cheaper bikes, which will use cadence sensors. Because the way the torque sensor works is it's gonna kind of amplify your pedaling, so it's gonna respond to the force you put down. So like if you're using a torque sensor, if you wanna go faster, you gotta pedal a little harder. Makes it feel much more natural riding. So again, that makes this a good bike for people who are looking for a bike that feels like a bike. Okay, here we are, downtown Bethesda, which has really massively improved its biking infrastructure because they put this bike path here, this protected path. They took out parking. This used to be parking on this side. They took that out, put this nice protected bike path. So very, very nice downtown. I like downtown Bethesda a lot. And it's like the burbs, I know. But, you know, I grew up right on the edge of DC near here, so I kind of am used to this area. All right, and the Dunkin' Donuts, I believe is, oh, it's over here somewhere. Where is it? Okay. I got for Ella A. Oh wait, it's right here. Okay. There you go. Okay. Okay, let's go. We're going to the pool. On a bike path. Yeah, I like having this bike path here though. Really improves things up here. If you're looking for an entry-level commuter or delivery bike, I definitely would recommend this one. Especially if you can get it like at a decent price point. I think new is like $1,400, but I'm pretty sure you can get it for less.
What am I
Hey, for Ella?
Yeah.
Perfect. There you go. We got that order delivered. So we've done 3 Uber Eats orders. We haven't made very much today, but it's also a Sunday morning and I'm delivering kind of out in the burbs now. All right. I ended up taking a little break. Now we're getting back into it. I think this will be the last delivery I do. We're back in like DC proper, but I just got to cross the border a little bit into Bethesda, pick up this Starbucks order. It's going, and then it's going back towards my parents' house. That'll probably do it after that. Google wants me to go all the way around to get to the Starbucks right there. That's not what I'm doing. I'm gonna go, hit up the street here and grab this Yeah, I'm getting a little hot and tired from riding this bike. It actually is kind of a workout because it's not, you know, a torque sensor and not like super overly powered. So it does take some energy. Yeah, definitely like a real bike. Okay, here we go. Starbucks, right over here. Hi, I got an order for Tom. It looks like this one.
Tom will be out in a couple minutes.
Huh?
Tom will be out.
Oh, okay. I see Tom right here. This one says Tom F. Is this the correct one? Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, while we're in there, we did get an order also for Chipotle right here. Also going back to my neighborhood. So I think I'm gonna grab this Chipotle order too, since it's literally right here. I didn't even know there was a Chipotle here. Hi, is there any chance I could get a cup of water? I got for Asia. Let's try that one.
Is it an Uber Eats order?
Uber Eats, yep.
Okay.
All right, thank you. So we got both orders. Just had a little short wait for this Chipotle order, but should be fine. And the heat is really picking up. It's like 90 degrees today, so it's hot. So I started the day with about 100, close to 100% battery. I'm down to 37%. I've been kind of delivering for quite a bit this morning. I don't know, I've been on turbo mode, so I've been going pretty fast, although I guess now I'm on tour. I'm gonna put it back on the turbo. Oh, maybe that's why I was so tired. I think I had it on low power assist for a little while. We're gonna drop this one off. Last order. I definitely didn't make that much, especially considering that I worked for a while. All right, here we go. It's this one right here. Hi, for Asia? Yes, okay. There you go. Yes, have a good one. All right, great. I think that's gonna do it for me today. I am doing 5 Uber Eats deliveries all over the place in DC and in Maryland. And I think that's gonna be just about it for me today. So, I don't know what we made. I'll put it up on the screen here so you can see what we made. You know, it seems like we did all right, I think. Final thoughts on this bike. Really enjoy the ride. I think it's a very comfortable bike. Feels very much like a regular bike. I think if you're someone who is looking for a bike that rides the most like a real, normal analog bike, this is definitely one to get. The price point is right. I believe it's $11.99, I believe. So very affordable price point. And you get some good features with it. You get the hydraulic disc brakes, the torque sensor, the Aventon name, which is good. All this stuff, I'm very happy with it. Otherwise, yeah, very good bike. You already saw who I thought was good for. I think commuters will do well with it. I think if you're a bike delivery person like me, you could definitely get a bike like this and get around very well. Ultimately, this is a good bike, good entry-level bike, very good value, I think, for the price. I think that'll do it for me on this video. I really hope you enjoyed watching this little delivery run. This will be the only time I can ride the Aventon for now. Unless next time I come back to DC, I'll probably ride it again. But for now, this is what you get. So, thanks for watching. Please hit that like button if you enjoy what you saw. Subscribe for more videos like this. And until next time, I'll see you guys all in the next video. Peace out, everybody.